next 8 hours, that I am a strategic human resource manager or director. And I am a strategic partner of the business. Just like a CEO or a CFO, you are the strategic human resource partner of the business or of the organization. So keeping that in mind, I would want you to answer me, why do you feel people management is important?
For organized planning.
Yes. Can everyone see this from here?
Yeah.
Okay. You said planning.
Organized.
Organized planning. Planning of what?
Strategy.
Organized planning. Strategy.
Structure.
What structure?
Organizational.
Org structure, yes. What else?
Controlling.
Controlling, excellent. Controlling what?
People.
Controlling employee relations. Can I use it? And by employee relations, I'm talking about everything, right from recruitment to the end, cradle to grave.
Motivation.
Yes, controlling. Excellent.
Motivation.
Motivation.
Development.
This is my favorite word. And this is also my favorite word. Who said development?
Teamwork.
What did you say?
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Training. Support.
That's training.
Support.
Training. Teamwork.
Support.
Support. What support?
Support employee with knowledge.
That is here. And that is also here.
Healthy environment.
What do you mean by a healthy environment, madam?
People management creates.
You're right. I'm not questioning you. You're absolutely right. You're bang on.
Yeah. Because people management will create a healthy environment inside the workplace.
May I use the word a secure and a safe environment?
Yes, you can use that. This is healthy environment.
Let me tell you a story, real life story about myself. Back in the early 90s, when I was doing my postdoc, we could not afford a London apartment just on the basis of the scholarship. So we all were working. And I joined British Telecom as a trainee. You know, and in my department there were 5 of us. There were 4 boys, including myself, and there was this lady. Okay. Now, as you know, and these 4 boys, I mean, like the 3 boys who were in my department were from Birmingham. Now, Birmingham is a place which has got the minories. It's, you know, like it's a coal town, they say. And people are really rough. People are very rough out there. They speak with a lot of abusive language. I mean, not for the sake of abusing, but that's the way they talk. Okay? They use a lot of F words. Okay? Back in Birmingham, they speak like that. I mean, it's the way that it's their dialect. Okay, so if you ever been to the UK, you'll find this out. Now, what was happening is that inside, I mean, we had a 5 cubicle kind of a place, and where all 5 of us used to sit. Now, naturally, with this kind of conversation going on in the cubicle, the lady who used to sit there, she was quite uncomfortable. She was the only lady there. Okay? However, because in the UK, the laws are very equal, so she could not exactly go and complain as such. That, because of these boys are talking like this, I'm not comfortable. Okay? So the manager would have said that, like, shut your ear off and work. But she was uncomfortable. So when the time came for a performance appraisal meeting, because of the fact that she did not feel very secure in the place, her performance was going down. It was building up on her stress. Okay? And then she had the performance appraisal meeting. But in the meeting, she didn't complain about us. However, the manager she could make out that she was not comfortable there. Okay? And then he came and spoke to us. He's saying that, like, could you take out your rugby talk to the cigarette rooms, to the smoking rooms? Okay, they call it the rugby talk. So could you take out your rugby talk to the smoking rooms? And we were ashamed. We were very, very ashamed. I mean, our aim was not to insult her or make her feel uncomfortable, but we are just being the boys. Okay? And we apologized to her, and we stopped that. And things came up. Her performance moved up. It's a real life example that employees need to feel a sense of physical, emotional, and spiritual security at the workplace. Very, very important, which we'll cover.
Decision makers.
Decision making. May I write decision making and negotiation? I'll stop here. Yes.
Quality system.
Quality of what?
Quality management system.
How does people come into it? Of course you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, managing a human,
Standardization.
let's say organizations, in order to
What is the quality
process
facet?
procedures,
True. Yes, yes. What do you say?
process procedures,
Exactly.
policies.
Policies. The facet of quality which marries with the people management part is what this gentleman very correctly said, the policies and procedures, which needs to be standardized for every employee. Now this is what people management is all about. And let me just go back home now. Let's go back to your families once again. Planning. Forget about organizations. Just look back in your house. It can be you, your wife and kids. It can be you, your mom, your dad, and your brothers and sisters. No matter what the structure of your family is, there is a sense of planning, isn't it there?
Yeah.
Planning as in, A, how do we budget the income? How much money goes on for rent? How much money goes out for groceries? How much money goes out for the car, school, etc.? And the policy-making people sit down, which in most cases is the husband and the wife, or the mom and the dad. They sit down and do that planning. The same planning is done by the top management or the corporate bodies in an organization in terms of A, budgeting, and B, writing down what kind of mission does the company have. Where do we want to go? I am Carrefour. I am Carrefour. My plan, I have, let's say, 5 outlets in Kuwait. But my plan is to open 10 outlets in the next 5 years. My plan is to also open probably 3 more outlets in Qatar in the next 7 years. So the planning. The next point is the strategy and org structure. Everybody, org structure is nothing but division of labor. Your family also has an org structure with somebody on the top who is usually the main earning member. Okay? It can be your husband, your wife, your dad, mom, whoever. Okay? That he's at the top and he is distributing as per the planning the labor. Somebody's going to cook, somebody's going to go out and do the grocery, somebody's going to look after the kids, somebody's going to go out and pay the electricity bill, okay, somebody's going to drop the kids to school. Similarly, in an organization, when the planning is done, that the organization wants to do tasks A, B, C, and D, on the basis of that, the structure is made. No two organization structures are the same. It depends on the industry to industry. If you are in the retail industry, you will have a particular org structure. If you are in a production house, you'll have a particular org structure. This will cover more detail in the job analysis part of it. Controlling. Controlling and policies and procedures. It's about setting out the rules. No watching TV till you don't study till 8 o'clock. No watching TV till you finish your studies till 8 o'clock. Finish your studies, 1 hour of TV, dinner, off to bed. The controlling. Motivation. Everybody needs motivation. When we talk about motivation, I will briefly explain to you one theory written by a gentleman called Maslow, which is going to cover your point as well, Dima, about security. It's a pyramid. Motivation is a pyramid. And the base of the pyramid is the basic needs. Food, clothing, and shelter, which they call the physiological need. And it goes up. So security comes on the third level or the fourth level of that pyramid. Teamwork, collectively. No organization can exist if there is no teamwork. And your organization, I mean, like if I look at your family as an organization, as a micro view of the organization, even the family would not succeed if there is no teamwork. Decision making and negotiation. It is once again, I repeat, this particular part of it, as I said before we started, we are talking about people here. And people think, feel. So this is a very sensitive area. How you are negotiating. Are you bullying him because you're bigger? You're stronger? I'm Ziad's boss. Ziad wants a leave. He wants to take a half day off because probably somebody at home is not well. Okay? So do I negate with him, respecting him, keeping the sensitivity of his situation in mind, or do I bully him because I'm the big mudir? Sorry. You go out, you lose your job. Okay? How dare you say this, you want a half day? This is just Sunday. First day of work and you want a bloody half day? How would he feel? How would this guy feel? It happens, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. Because somewhere down the line, we look at the people lower in the rank in the org structure as employees, as staff. So if you're going out there to build a team, especially because equipped with your MBA degree, if you're going out there to form the perfect, effective team, these things you need to maintain. I mean, go back and look into the family. The kids are in the bottom rank of the org structure at house, right? Okay, let me tell you another story. When my son was about 2, 3, he used to be very naughty, and he was physically naughty. He would go and touch things, okay? Especially, like it used to be very embarrassing when he used to visit a friend. So they have their nice decor in the house, and he will go and touch what is this and what is that, etc. And we were scared. Me and my wife used to be scared that he might break it, and it can be embarrassment for us. And we could not even focus on talking to our friend because we are always looking what he's doing. So at one point of time, I got very angry, or probably a little irritated, should I say. And I screamed at him and said, "Stop what you're doing." Okay? And it was in front of people. Now my son used to always sleep with me, and that night when he got back home, he said, "I'm not going to sleep with you." So I ignored, I was tired, and I went off to bed. The next day, my wife tells me that you shouldn't have shouted at him in front of everybody. He felt insulted. He was 2, ladies and gentlemen. Even a 2-year-old has self-respect. And that is where you threaten his security. So when you are talking to your staff in the way I just spoke to him, it threatens his security, it threatens his motivation, and it overall slowly tears apart the relationship that he has with the organization. Now let's see what these guys have to say. Now these are the topics, as I said, which you will be covering. We'll not go into the legal environment too much. We'll focus on topic 3 more. Okay? Because as I showed you in the preparation slide about organization, power and politics, we'll show you the PowerPoints. The PowerPoints in an organization. It's a very funny module. I would say it's a very, very funny module because it's there in every organization. We're going to talk about communication and negotiation in the organization, which is topic 4, which I shared, that there is going to be MCQs on that. In the industrial and employee relations, we are only going to do vicarious responsibility.
Which one was the MCQ?
Communication and negotiation, which as I showed you in the preparation slide. Okay. Now this, work organization and the analysis and design of job is important. Hiring and dismissing and retaining staff is important. Supervision and performance appraisal is important because this is from where your case studies will come on. Managing change is important. Okay, so these are the key modules that we are going to cover today. Identifying the kind of people you want. Now, what kind of industry are you guys in? What kind of industry are you from?
Biomedical engineering.
Engineering. Yes, sir, you?
Retail.
Retail. We have another retail there in Dima. Yes, sir, you? Pharmacy. Healthcare. You, sir? Healthcare. Investment company. Healthcare. Madam? Consultancy services. You, sir? Healthcare. Madam? Engineering. Government. Contracting. Engineering. Engineering. Consultancy. Healthcare. Healthcare. Yes? You, sir? Engineering. Ma'am? Okay. Oil and gas. ONG. Okay. Production. Engineering. Cars. Automobiles. Engineering. Consultancy. So we have this is so I'd asked Ali to, give me a background of you guys. So let me just write down the major ones, which we have here. And we're going to line up accordingly. Oil and gas. Okay. Now I would want the people who are from the engineering faculty. Okay. What kind of people do you want? Engineers. What else? Legal. Okay. Administrative. Technicians.
Skilled laborers.
1 minute. Let's say engineers. Administration. Technicians. What else?
Skilled laborers.
Skilled laborers. What else? What kind of consultants, madam?
Like for engineering, consultancy services for engineering.
Okay. Should I call them
Like
vendors?
advisors maybe.
Advisors.
Yeah.
Should I call them vendors?
Yeah, okay.
What else?
Product managers maybe.
Ah.
Coordinators.
What kind of coordinator?
Like service coordinator.
Service coordinators.
Service support.
Okay, service support.
Technical support.
Oh, that is there. And coordinators. Okay, coming back to healthcare.
Surgeons.
Okay, doctors, surgeons. What else?
Nurses.
Nurses, pharmacists.
Machines.
Ah, no. How come that word did not come here? So if guys in engineering, you don't need finance people, do you?
I got staff and
And here also we can put operation management.
Operations is there, but like guys in engineering, you don't need finance.
Financial.
Of course. Guys in engineering, you don't need HR. What else do you need? Healthcare. Ah. You need marketing. You need sales. And of course you need support.
Support
In
that
healthcare?
IT. There has to be
Of course IT.
both.
Okay, coming back to consultancies. What do you guys need? Lawyers. Should I write the 3 common things here?
Yeah.
Should I write this? Managers?
No, consultant.
Business development, BDM. What else? HR reporting.
managers, or can we be specific in the beginning? We need project managers.
Ah, project managers. What else?
Structured.
Yes?
And structured.
Oil and gas. Isn't it same for you with engineering?
Yes.
Retail.
It's a bit of everything.
Huh?
Retail is a bit of everything. So business development, marketing, sales,
Business
PR,
development, marketing, sales, customer service,
customer service, HR, IT, finance,
HR, IT, finance,
business development, recruitment,
HR,
project managers as well,
project managers. No, that's in finance.
marketing,
Marketing is there.
communication.
Corporate communication. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why I did this exercise here is that if you look at, these 4 specific industries that is in this room this morning, you will find 80% of the people requirement are the same. 20% varies industry to industry, but majority, 80% of the people requirement are the same. Do you agree with me? Okay. Now that is going to be the basis, because no matter which industry you go to, you will have one chunk of your staff or one chunk of the org structure doing the same thing. Generating the right workforce. How do we generate the right workforce? Training?
Experience.
What?
Experience.
No, before training, before experience.
Inspiring.
Before that, how do we generate the right workforce?
Hiring.
Hiring.